Hi everybody, it's Carla. I hope you had a good weekend, and I'm here at the end of my Sunday and getting ready to wrap up some stuff. But I wanted to show you something I had made. I went to my Dollar Tree and I got this really pretty green Christmas colored storage bin, a small one. I also got a pack of 25 goodie bags for $1. I got some different colors of Christmas tissue paper for $1. I got some little tags, which I didn't have any, and those were $1. And I got some Scotch tape to tape my little yarn packages together. And I've made myself a homemade advent calendar, and it's dated for 1 through 25, and there are 2 balls of yarn in each package, so I can make 2 socks as I go along. I don't use the magic loop on the long 40-inch needles because I've never done it that way, but I do have 2 11-inch circular needles, and that's how I make my socks. And here's an example of one of them right here, made out of some thrifted yarn, and those were made on 11-inch circular needles. So I decided I would go through my stash of yarn, and rather than buy an expensive yarn advent calendar, which can run upwards of $70, $80. Now, granted, they usually include some goodies in there and some teas and some, maybe a crochet one gets a crochet hook or a pair of knitting needles and some patterns, but still that's a lot of money. And when I have yarn sitting around that I can make my own and be pleasantly surprised as I open up each package for each day of December. And while I was rolling the yarn up into little balls, or dividing it up rather, sorry, I had some extra ones that went over my 25 days, but it's some extra yarn just in case whatever I'm trying to make needs a little extra yarn put in there. So that's going to go on top of my little advent calendar here. We've got cats on the front porch wanting to fuss at each other. And I wanted to show you a couple other things I've made out of thrifted and/or just little bits of yarn. And I knitted this one, this hat, started from the brim up, and it's got a folded brim, and it's made out of pure wool yarn that I got in little tiny balls at my thrift store. I think it was $2.99 for a whole bag of them, and I've made several items, but this is a hat. And then last night I finished this. I started it yesterday and finished it yesterday, and it's all out of thrifted yarns as well. And it's, I think I made it maybe on a number 5 or 6 circular needle, and then I finished the top off with a number 4. And you can see here the top is a nice pretty decreased design, and then just drawstringed it together. And this was my second attempt at following a chart to do some color work. So you can see a little bit down here at the bottom, and a little bit here, and a little bit up near the top of the hat. And it was a lot of fun. And my first attempt at it, my floats were very tight and the hat was too small. And on this one, it's much more flexible. You can see it stretches and it's not bound up or anything. And then I put a little crocheted border around the edge. And this is a slouchy hat. It fits me really nicely. And I actually wore it out last night when we had to make a run to Walmart's, and the winds were picking up. And it was very warm and cozy, covered my ears, and just a nice warm slouchy hat for myself. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing my knitting. And yeah, this advent calendar though, last year I put one together with worsted weight yarns, and I worked on a small Afghan that went over the back of one of our recliners. So it turned out really nicely too. I don't know if I did all 25 days of it. I was linking them together on my long circular needle and picking up the sides, picking up the ends and the edges so that I wouldn't have to seam it all together afterwards. And but I think by the time it got big enough for the back of the chair, I thought, well, that's good enough. So I had a few random balls left over. But hopefully this will be enough to make 2 pairs of socks. I mean, 1 pair of 2 socks, sorry. And I probably will have yarn left over, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. and I'm looking forward to do it. Picking up a little bit of knitting work in the evening, and by the time Christmas rolls around, have a nice new pair of knitted socks. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody's time, attention, and the comments that you leave me. They're always very encouraging and very kind, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And talk to y'all later, and I'll leave you with another look at my pretty rainbow color muted socks here. Okay, everyone, take care, and try this for yourself. It's a good way to use leftover yarn. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.